of experience, I'd had every roller coaster of emotion that a convention may offer me. The ups, the downs, the dehydration, the people ramming into my behind and me into theirs, but nothing could ever top just how intense the boundless swings of this year's Colossalcon would be. And perhaps I'll eat my words, but for now, I don't foresee it. Colossal is a convention that has something for everyone. The glamour, the drinks, the parties, the water park, the stages, emphasis on that last one. The Kalahari's Water Park Convention Center, where Colossalcon is held, is also lacking something important, though. Air. After going through the entire weekend, there is one thing that everyone I've spoken to has had in common. That feeling of nausea and dizziness, a dryness in your throat that can't simply come from dehydration and can't be quenched no matter how much water you drink. It comes from spending sometimes 15 hours in a day inside a space that has so many people crammed like sardines that there isn't much of a place to get a good breath.
Like, where are you?
Yeah,
Especially in an uncomfortable and tight cosplay. And with the conditions of my schedule this year, I barely went outside, and I felt the repercussions. But for the rest of this convention, barring all of that, I'd like to say it was unforgettable, despite feeling like we were there for only 2 hours as opposed to all 5 days. Time flies when you're having fun. That is right, my friends and fellow cosplay companions. This May, I found myself yet again in the dimly lit hallways of Colossalcon. This year, I went with my dear friends Holofail, also known as Orion, Mia, Emma, and Kat. So at the Kalahari, there aren't many windows, and the environment sucks you into an entirely different world. It's a water park convention with the theme of a summer beach party, and Prime always falls in a weird part of May, so there's still kind of a chill in the air depending on the time of day. I spent my weekend, and if you know me, you probably guessed it, on stage. I only had 2 shows over the course of Colossal, and they were fairly well spaced out. So the plan for the weekend was a simple one. Do my 2 shows and have a great time buying art and seeing my friends. I hoped to shove in some convention staples such as panels, arcade time, and karaoke, but no formal plans for when or how, and with just a few hours of sleep and surviving on hopes, dreams, caffeine, and spite, my friends and I made our way to the convention on Wednesday morning.
It's the photo. It's her photo op. And then I'm gonna send this to... Don't say that! Put that word. That better be censored with like, I don't know, like a loud horse neigh. An obnoxious dolphin.
We knew Colossal was 5 days long, and we were in it for the long haul. After grabbing dinner, we're going to the freaking Kalahari! Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. I'm going way too fast. All my peeps are so far behind.
Slow, dude, you can blitz us. We get to show you guys around where everything is.
Oh yeah, I know! We went out and we got dinner, and it was fantastic. We got our badges quickly and easily. There was surprisingly absolutely no line when we got there. Wow, the admission line is so much better than it was last year. I think we got here like the minute that it opened last year, and it was all the way out to the arcade.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Hi there. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can actually help me. I won the masquerade last year, and so I was supposed to get a free badge for that.
Do you have an ID?
Yeah, I do. Awesome! Thank you so much. I got my badge. While checking the schedule, we wandered our way into their card market. It closes at 10 and it's 9. On Wednesday of con, there's not really that much to do. There is a card market. I don't really know that much about cards, but there are some that I would kill to get, like a Leafy card. Like, I need a Leafy card. If you know me, I'm Lee the freaking Leaf. I need a Leafy. Although I don't want to spend too much at this con. I bought a Leafy card, which I've unfortunately lost since because it was in the same bag as another important thing that I lost to the crowds the next night.
Lee, how do you guys recognize?
Out of cosplay!
How do you recognize anyone out of cosplay?
I don't know. I guess I have good facial recognition.
So I got this Band-Aid for free at Kroger Fest, and there's a QR code on it, and we didn't know what it was for, so we scanned it to see it's for colon cancer screening.
You literally pull it up and it's like, go in cancer screening this way.
I'm gonna walk around with this on my.
Look, there's the stage.
Is that for like the meet?
For the masquerade? Yeah. Get excited. Got the disco ball up, they got all the lights, and all of those trellises also have lights. It's so awesome.
We're gonna gamble these in a sec. No, because it's so fucking. It is so hard to get your hands on like actual cats.
I feel like they're not in stores anymore.
All of them together.
Knowing that Thursday would be one of the busiest days of the con for us, we headed back actually really early.
There's a lot of cards in here. Stop, I'm excited.
The best cards are the ones in the back, so.
Glass trump.
I love
If you start
Ooh, we got an EX.
Oh my
We got a
God.
dinosaur. Yeah, no, we got a holofoil version of that one. That's nice.
Praying that we could get a good night of sleep. And that was all that Wednesday was. We woke up later than usual on Thursday to try getting over the sleep that we lost during our crazy con crunch the week prior. And Thursday, I was very, very excited to get to cosplay Angel Dust with my friends as Husk and Nifty. And once we were fully in costume and makeup, we got in the car and I closed the door fully onto my skirt. And then Emma started driving. I felt a tug wondering, what on earth could have fallen over? I don't have anything on my lap. I looked down, nothing fell. My skirt had just been run over by the car. My skirt. I had spent 5 hours finishing on Tuesday night. I love sewing. I didn't get a good video of it, but it was absolutely massacred. I guess in a way, this is just one of the few times I can say I was lucky to have been disabled because it was the back of my skirt, meaning that I would be sitting on it all day and nobody could ever even see it. My makeup's already absolutely melting off my face. It's been a long, long morning, but we're here. So after that fiasco, I was ready to just ignore it for now and get ready for the first ribbon meetup of that weekend that Orion and Mia wanted to go to.
I also texted my friends to bring me my Baja Blast from the fridge in the hotel.
Are these Baja ribbons?
Yes, they are.
Quite literally rammed into the first main problem I had and always have with this convention center. No, it's just a sidewalk with no ramp. Oh, it's fine. No, it's fine. Despite the fact that I'm so used to it, it's always exhausting being excluded from stuff like this. I just don't think about it. I don't think about the fact that I might want to also come to the ribbon meetup that's in the tall grass. But it is a little frustrating that it's the first thing that we try to do on Thursday morning. It wasn't even really a meetup and was more like a trade, so we got out of there pretty quickly and regrouped. I want to go to the coffee shop. That's right here. All that I want is caffeine, and all of our drinks froze in our mini fridge today, and so we're just here like, it's great.
I had to cut open my can of Monster because it froze.
Wait, you were able to drink it?
It had to thaw. It's in my cup now. It's Monster.
I finally had time to grab the coffee that I've been craving but also needed. Getting a medium latte was $10 freaking. This isn't California and I feel crazy. We continued on our tour of the convention center and even had a minute to check out the arcades and then headed off to a metalworking panel.
Take your palm right here and bend it. If you do it out here, you're gonna leave a big bend.
The metalworking panel was actually really cool. We went in thinking it was a foam armor panel, but it was actually a chance to try working with scrap metal and even a mechanical engraving pen that Orion drew on for Mia's little arm cuff, and it was so cool.
Me and Orion just had the scariest bathroom experience.
5 layers of like undergarments, and we have these bodysuits, and we had to help each other.
But we had to sit there and unzip each other so we could unclasp and reclasp.
Look, I gave them the pass to use the accessible stall.
Yeah, we got the blessing because we're trapped. If anyone gets this reference with trapped, it was heavier than a normal finger.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds really funny. This skirt part needs to be pinned up to this. I did sew it on, but I need to. Okay, now my skirt's actually on again. The art fair is an event that's exclusive to Thursday of Colossal. They set up a market for artists who often have like handmade goods, such as crochet and sculpture, but it's also open to artists who didn't get a slot in their official artists alley. I often find myself wanting more from the art market than from the actual artists alley. I swear this convention is like the most crowded con that I go to out of probably any of them. It's like not gonna kill me level of crowded. And I've gotten really into Honkai Star Rail. And for this reason, I had eyes bigger than my wallet this whole convention. And Firefly and Acheron. I need to cosplay Acheron actually. That would make me so... That would be awesome. That would be joyous. Including this beautiful and masterful enamel pin of Jin Yuan. I shoved him into a little bag in my cup holder on my wheelchair, and you should keep this information for later. But Thursday was one of 2 performance nights. The last time that I performed, I was absolutely shaking my butt off, and I also have acid reflux, so I try not to really eat right before a performance, but we have like an hour, okay? So I'm having an applesauce. I already had a protein bar. We're doing great. I feel great, honestly. I'm so excited to do this performance. Orion and I were both scheduled to perform in the After Dark Idol Fest. So After Dark is basically sensational, but with songs or dances that might be seen as a little risky for its family-friendly nature. My channel is family-friendly, so there's not much I can show you from this event.
I'm making Husk do work for me.
That's what I'm here for.
I thought you were handing that to me.
Oh, do you want it?
You're too ready.
We are preparing, doing our sound check, doing our mic checks, and we are gonna get on stage, get a chance to practice a little bit, and then I get to sing. Some backstory here, I wasn't supposed to perform at all. Colossalcon doesn't have a ramp up to their second stage. One of the hardest things about being a disabled performer is knowing that not every stage will be accessible to you, and you don't get to live in the moment with events like this. The tax that it takes on my time alone makes a show completely different. And so back in April, I got word that Colossalcon's Events 5 stage was not accessible, did not have a ramp, and I was waitlisted from the main Idol Fest in main events, which is the only stage that had a ramp at the time. Now, this isn't inherently that big of a deal, but the showrunners wanted me to perform at their show on Thursday night, and I obviously also wanted to be on stage. Hearing that I couldn't do it kind of broke something in me, and at the moment I was frustrated and I took to Instagram. Being a disabled performer really sucks sometimes. I was also offered to perform on the space in front of the stage on the floor, and I mean, that is an option and I appreciate it being brought up, but do you know how humiliating that feels? Everybody else goes on the stage, they get to be in the lights with their sparkly costumes, and you're just on the floor. I cried to almost 1,000 people who had viewed my story that afternoon before I took it down, but one viewer was Colossalcon itself. I received a DM from their social media staff saying that they quote-unquote didn't want to see me cry, and they would do their best to make things right. If I hadn't practically made a fool of myself on social media, I doubt there's any chance they would have made the effort. But they communicated with the Kalahari, and I got access to the stage.
Prepare to get jazzy and let's grow together.
They provided Events 5 with a ramp, and I used it. Now, there are 3 rooms with stages, and 2 of them now have a ramp, but there is still one more that I can't be on. One of my favorite genres of music is jazz, and love it or hate it, Has Been Hotel has some gorgeous jazzy music. So since this season came out, I've been itching to sing Losing Streak, and that was part of my inspiration to cosplay Angel Dust in the first place. The other was to be cute, obviously, and my only genuine regret with this performance was that I didn't work the stage maybe a little bit more, but the stage itself was honestly too small to do much, especially for me. My vocals were pretty dang clean, and the audience seemed to enjoy the show, but most importantly, I had fun, and I got to see some of my friends and role models on stage that night, including getting to see Orion's explosive rendition of the Reze dance, getting to hear my friend Cozy Celeste sing in person for the first time, and she's incredible, and seeing Toxonesis, who are some of the most incredible dancers that I get to watch. It was an absolute blast of a night. I went on stage, did my little ditty, did my little show. It was so much fun. The audience got really into it. They kind of like hushed a little bit when I was singing, and I was like, I have an opportunity here to just like really go all out. I got really shaky beforehand, which like practicing I was not shaky, so I don't know why. I think adrenaline just does something, but it's okay, and I'm also not mad about it. What? Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
I will be honest though, the photos look blurry to me, so you guys are gonna have to tell me if they're in focus or not.
Oh, it disappeared.
I mean, it's not hard for me to get them back in, but I'm worried. Okay, this photo low-key looks ridiculous.
Wait, let me see. Hold on, show it. That's the best photo anyone's ever taken of me, actually.
Low-key iconic.
You were showing me like your story earlier, and I was like, oh, the person kind of looks like, oh my god, that's me!
I don't look like me at all. It's kind of terrifying. But it's okay. Thank you.
We were given Colossalcon branded bubbles.
What? Some person was just like, big box. You want bubbles? You want bubbles? Disgusting is the ugliest building that I've ever seen. What does he want? Clean it up. Once we all got into our night glam, we really just ran around the con center for another 2 hours, talking to people and taking photos.
Oh my god, wait, that's you and I are polar opposites. No, please.
I don't know where I'm going. And after getting back to the hotel, we went to bed. And that was Thursday. Friday morning, a few of our party slept in, so it was a quiet morning between the few of us who spent it silent or whispering. Mia had a Love Live meetup at 11 a.m., so we were hurrying out the door just a few minutes beforehand. There was also the Honkai Star Rail meetup that afternoon. I was cosplaying Firefly and Ryan was Robin, a cosplay they would also showcase the next night during the cosplay contest's exhibition category. Finishing it was largely an effort of a con crunch a few nights before, and there were a few last details to add that morning.
See, I told you it was gonna be okay.
But one of the biggest issues was that the hot glue was not holding on the metal very well, and their halo was struggling to stay together. So the moment that we got there and it opened, we visited the cosplay repair booth. I got it glued together using super glue while they finished getting ready in a bathroom nearby.
I find it funny, this is definitely the safest way of anything to transport this.
While we had some time before the Star Rail meetup, we got to take a peek inside the vendor hall for the first time of the weekend. It was a decent vendor hall. One thing that I love about Colossal's vendor space though is that it is huge! There is more than enough space to get around. Most of the vendors had mainly shonen and popular anime merch, but a few had some more niche pulls. And I didn't really wind up buying anything from it except from a friend of ours who has a booth there every year. That booth always has a lot of Project Sekai and Umusume, which I adore.
Honestly, just close that.
Saki Tenma Nui. Saki Tenma Fua. Fua. Ichika Fua. Shiho Fua. Honomi Fua. I need all of them.
Favorite part ever.
What do you mean? It's your favorite.
You've gotten her like pop up in the hall. I will message you when it's
Am I able to cash in and like get stamps?
Oh wait, I have my stamp card too! I have it in my bag! Thank you, friends. Oh, that's a good song! Number 10. Have fun non-stop? Oh, that's good. They're so cute! Oh my god! Yeah.
Yay. Please be gold ship. Please be gold ship. If it's Suzuka, you can have her, because I don't like Suzukas.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. She's just not my girl. She's a legend, but she's... What?
What?
I thought it was 2.
Oh?
I thought there was only 2 options. I guess I got Spitchan.
Yeah.
Spitchan.
Really cutie.
She is cute.
She's like the icon.
We take this. We take this. I'm very confused, but we
I am also very confused. And then it was time to mingle with and mostly admire all of the pretty Honkai Star Rail cosplayers. My interest in HSR is fairly recent, and with it fresh on the mind, and this being my first con since starting the game, I had so much freaking fun, you don't even understand. Though I think I might have gotten a little spoiled. There was no context for this, but for one photo they had everyone except Cyrene dead on the ground. My interpretation of their creative pose is that I need to read Amphoreus before the next convention. Besides that, every cosplay, and I mean every freaking cosplay, was stunning.
Oh, that's for Mizuki.
Unboxing time.
Unboxing time.
Welcome back to my channel. Oh.
So after our time outside and following the Idol Festival from the night before, there would be a little meet and greet that afternoon. I had a collection of like stickers, pins, and keychains that I had kept from the year prior. It was mostly focused on the main stage sensational show itself, so it turned into basically sitting around for an hour. I had a couple people come up, which were very sweet, but otherwise, it was pretty chill, and that was okay. But after going back inside post-meetup, I noticed I started feeling really sick. Sitting around for that hour gave me a lot of time to linger on this, and it festered. I was in a sweaty and tight cosplay in a place where I could barely breathe before putting it on. And in the past day, I had maybe one bottle of water, which I know, my fault. So Mia very sweetly kept giving me snacks to eat because it had been hours since I really had anything, but my stomach was turning and a potent combo attack from everything aforementioned bubbled inside me. My vision went cross-eyed and blurred, my eyes glazed over, and I knew that this was the freaking end. So the second I could take everything down, I bolted, and I didn't even tell my group where I was going. I ripped my cosplay off faster than I think I ever had before. I was overwhelmed by all the noise, light, my wig, my outfit, and I felt like I hadn't slept, eaten, or had water in days. Which, was kind of mostly true, but you know. So I sat in the bathroom stall with everything unzipped, kind of just breathing through the nausea, but I think that on top of this, the real culprit causing me to feel so sick in the first place was the convention center itself. I had comfortable costumes for the rest of the weekend, but kept having the same feeling. And it wasn't just me. A lot of my friends have expressed having a hard time feeling like they could get a good breath, feeling like the air was stagnant and dry in their lungs, and this isn't the fault of anything in particular other than the sheer number of people coexisting in the building. There's bound to be poor ventilation in a space as large as this, with hallways as cramped as they are. And when indoor spaces get hot, chemicals which are used to treat or clean things, such as new clothes or carpets, can also get into the air and make this worse, even if there's not an obvious smell. It can cause symptoms similar to a common cold, dizziness, nausea, dry mouth, headaches, and shortness of breath. So, for future reference, in case this happens to any of you, when the space is poorly ventilated like this, it's recommended to go outside for like at least 10 minutes every 2-ish hours that you spend in the con center. And also, keep yourself incredibly hydrated. I'm obviously physically disabled, so I'm kind of more prone to something like this, but it can happen to anyone and can also be dangerous to ignore. If this is something that you've experienced, definitely let me know in the comments down below and what helped for you. I have a personal theory that since my head is lower, I got even less ventilation, and that's probably why I struggled. Since I wasn't feeling well, I didn't really record much, but after sitting outside for something like 30 minutes, I felt way better.
So if any of you don't know me, I get overstimulated really easily. Firefly is probably the tightest, most like uncomfortable, frustrating cosplay that I think that I have ever worn, which is funny considering I was angel dust yesterday. But these Hoyoverse cosplays are like of a different breed or something.
We took the rest of the night easy, visited the arcade, took pictures, then found the other arcade. I got my fix of rhythm games for the weekend, and Mia got to play more Love Live, reminiscing on the old days. Rest in freaking peace, bro. I tried to get back to the hotel at a reasonable hour since I had to get up early the next morning. It did not work. Bedtime was 2 and wake up was 7. You can tell I was tired when I even forgot to film my costume transition. But as Saturday mornings usually go for me, call time was bright and spankin' early. At last year's Colossalcon, I won their award for Best in Performance, so this year I came back to do a performance for their halftime show. I spent my Saturday cosplaying Uika Misumi from Bandori's Ave Musica. My set for the night was inspired by the story of Uika and Sakiko's unfortunate relationship. So in the morning, I got to go to their sound check and rehearsal. Apparently the email I got was wrong and I was already 30 minutes behind. I already had a hard enough time finding parking and didn't leave the hotel until 2 minutes before I thought I was supposed to leave, so safe to say I was just a little bit late. Squishy. They didn't want to run my practice till the end of their time anyways, so I got to watch for a while. I got really excited and then really nervous, and as much as I've been doing skits and been on stage for years, I honestly have some kind of terrible stage fright. I'm not sure where it comes from, but during shows like these, I shake the entire time. I'm exposed to it often enough that I feel like it should just be muscle memory, but even during the rehearsal, I felt the familiar pressure and mostly marked my skit while I was trying to breathe, but I could feel my voice falter and that made me anxious. We were running out of time with the space, so I got off stage without finishing my set.
I just exist. Alone at the edge of the universe.
At the bottom of the ramp, I was greeted by a slew of famous voice actors who said I was great, but I didn't even register who any of them were, and they were about to get on stage for a Q&A panel. Looking back, I'm actually really embarrassed that I didn't say anything before hurrying off, but c'est la vie. Though I feel like this is a common occurrence for me at this point. First, there's Jamie Marchi and J. Michael Tatum, then all of the Colossalcon guests huddled together backstage. What's next? Yaya Han?
I'd be fumbling. Oh my god, I can't believe I got to see Yaya Han in real life. I definitely stumbled over my words because I had things I wanted to say, but she was like trying to speed out, and so I'm like, it's really nice to meet you. It's nice to see you. I love you so much. It's okay. I love meeting people, especially people that I look up to so much because her like costumes are so beautiful. And I do wish that I was wearing a costume that I made myself so that I could be like, look at this, look at what I did. But it's fine.
Oh yeah, that happened too. Moral of the story, I need to be more observant of my surroundings. We knew this though, pack it up, Leefy. The night before, I had completely forgotten to charge my wheelchair's battery like the freaking idiot that I am, but at least I had the forethought to bring my charger with me. I had to leave it at the health and safety desk. Pushing myself for long distances is a terrible challenge for me. When I wasn't on the right meds, it made me very dizzy, and nowadays, I still get a little dizzy, but my major problem is that my left shoulder has been damaged. My shoulders hurt really bad, and because of that, I keep having to take breaks every 2 seconds. There's a reason that I use my power assist, right? It's because pushing myself makes me dizzy and tires me out, and it also dislocates my shoulders. I used to black out pushing myself. Thankfully, I'm better now. But it still sucks. It makes me uncomfortable and anxious when other people have to help push me. But I had to leave her there, and once I did, I finally got a moment to grab coffee. So with my said coffee in hand, I waited for my friends to arrive. I realized that there was one major thing that I'd completely forgotten to make for my cosplay. Lika wears a mask over half her face when she's on stage at the beginning of Ave Mujica, and because of my skit, I should have had it at the beginning, and I meant to make it and take it off during the last song. So I felt a little naked without it and decided that while I waited, I would make a little trip around the dealer's hall and see what all I could find. Looking especially for any sort of masquerade mask, but I didn't see any, so I wound up buying a black rose pin with a giant feather sticking off of it, and it was really pretty, but it was handmade, and because of that, very expensive, but it was worth it in the end. It added some depth back into my cosplay and tied in the darker colors up top because her hair's like bright yellow. I found my friend Kaylis not too long after that.
Kaylis, you're getting popped in the vlog.
I think that's good. The like button.
Rub that like button.
The like button.
That's your iconic phrase.
Wait that bag for you, bro. Is that
Oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh, yes. Having such a hard time because I can't push myself with my weak ass arm. Although some dudes said that I looked really strong, and I kind of do. Jesus, why do I have guns? What? We're trying to find the group. I'm kind of losing it. They're around the corner over here.
Kaylis helped me move around some since I didn't have my joystick, and we got to spend some time hanging out together before the others finally made it.
Someone was in the accessible stall in the bathroom scrolling on TikTok with the volume up and wouldn't move. I need to pee. It's fine. We're gonna find our way. It's okay. I hate not being in control.
We barely had an hour to go around the artist's alley before it was already freaking time for Orion and I to prepare for the masquerade. Going into it, I found myself shockingly calm to start with, though once we arrived, I was quickly banished to the other half of the room from where Orion was seated for the craftsmanship exhibition portion of the contest. The staff somehow allowed our entire party of 6 people to stay in the masquerade green room. 2 handlers with me and 2 with Orion.
I don't care.
No, I do not want to stab you.
Make sure that the feather's facing backwards a little bit. I don't want it to be straight up.
Oh, it does this.
Yeah.
A little thing up right now with you.
Sure.
Colossal differs from a lot of cosplay contests nearby, where instead of having their contestants in the audience or backstage, they have them held together in a room across from the backstage entry door. And they put the masquerade onto a TV screen so everyone still gets to watch. The hallway outside is full of traffic though, and because of this, they have their staff hold out giant poles to part the seas and allow you to cross the stage right door. They even encourage you to abuse this, and before the show started, when I went to use the restroom, they held one up and yelled at people to get out of the way for me. It was honestly very sweet. I much prefer to go early in the masquerade so there isn't too much time to worry before I go on, but I was their halftime show, so I would be the one filling the time after everyone walked the stage and the judges went to deliberate. I would be in it for the long haul, and I prepared with snacks and water and chilled for a while. Sitting in the green room is historically one of the most tense parts of the convention for me. I think last year I even said it felt like the air was so thick you could cut it with a knife, but this time I felt confidence that I hadn't really before and found myself talking to everyone who said hi. I'm really anxious and a very introverted person in real life, but I was surrounded by friends and those who would become one. Watching the masquerade was nice, but the temperature was slowly yet surely rising. And I don't mean a metaphorical temperature, though you could say that too, but it was quite literally heating up.
Also, part of what's been making me feel really sick is because my internal has been hot, but my skin has been cold. If that makes sense.
That's not normal.
This whole time. Yeah, I think it's pods.
I got inside and was freezing cold, but at this point I was sweating, nauseous, short of breath. Does this sound at all familiar, or do I need to keep going? It was yesterday afternoon, kind of all over again, but luckily, this time I was armed and ready with water, most importantly, and some snacks. And when some people around us saw Kat and Emma fanning me, suddenly I was freaking surrounded.
We have another one.
Everyone here was so sweet. The room was hot, and it was no longer a room that was just full of competitors. Instead, a room of a community helping each other through the trials of a long and complicated day, no matter who you were. But it was still a masquerade and a contest it would be. The lights came up and the skits went on one by one. Everyone was phenomenal, as per usual. There were some beautiful dance acts. One of the most fun skits of the night was a variety Nintendo group, and I'm not really sure what the lore was behind it, but they animated Rouge from Sonic by hand as their background video, which I thought was impressive. And I'd have more to comment on the skit itself, but their audio system was completely down.
Can't hear
Unfortunately, this is typical. Last year they had the same problem where their sound system didn't connect properly. It led to losing the microphone and any spoken audio for almost all the skits. This was especially frustrating when my friend Cozy Celeste went on for her skit. I did get to hear it earlier in the morning, but I was excited to get to hear her perform it again and see it all out. And it was fantastic. And something that especially stood out, I guess since we couldn't hear the audio, was the background video and her stage presence. But I got to rewatch it on Instagram and the vocals were so good. Oh my gosh. There were a few more singers, including my friend Noor, whose acting was phenomenal, and also a singer who operatically performed I'm Just a Man from Epic the Musical in Greek and then threw a baby off stage. And Carl, who I'm not sure what their actual name is, but my masquerade buddy from last year, performed as Jack Black's Minecraft Steve. Many other friends graced the stage, and after the skits concluded, it was time for the cosplay circuit. This part of the show had all of the best cosplayers from every Colossalcon across the country, meaning the best in show of solely tenured cosplayers who had been vetted to even get into the contest. The craftsmanship on these pieces was obviously phenomenal in all categories, and I'm sure it was an honor just to be on that stage. They truly belonged there. And then came the craftsmanship walk-ons. I wish I had more of a chance to look at some of the pieces up close, but the ones that I did were gorgeous. One person explained to me how they did their beading 5 at a time, stitching each in place individually, and there were at least hundreds. One person used clear epoxy and puffy paint to look like insect skin on a fully couture design after going to fashion school. There were ball gowns, fitted outfits, prop builds, and more. And when the exhibition cosplayers went on, I screamed till my lungs were raw for my dear friend's craftsmanship debut. I was backstage at this point and kind of felt tears welling up behind my eyes because it was awesome to get to see them have their moment finally. And then my throat started drying, aching, closing. I practically drowned myself in a water bottle, but nothing was working. I could feel metaphorical tumbleweeds and sand roosting on my tongue, but it was time to go on stage. And if things weren't bad enough, it took them an awkward 30 seconds to find my video after I was already in my place on stage. You can even see me eyeing the staff to see if there was something wrong, and it took everything in me to not burst out laughing at that moment. But it started, and per usual, I barely remember being on stage except for the moments that I know I messed up. In my head, it was terrible. Just a few short years ago, there were no expectations on me, just the standards I placed on myself, but those standards have gradually grown with the goal of doing a little better every time, giving the people something unforgettable, topping the last thing I did with anything more grandiose. But after 15 years on stage, like I mentioned earlier, I am scared. I can't stop shaking during my shows, and only when I sing. I've decided, though, I should probably give up trying to stop shaking and embrace the fact that I do worry, because that worry means that I care, that my passion is still thorough enough, that I am still learning and growing. I keep trying to push myself as if I should be the person who knows everything, but I'm not. I'm just trying to get by, and even though I know I made a few minor mistakes, I threw my heart out on the stage the way I always do. And oh, it was so gratifying that the people liked my wheelie spin! Onwards and upwards, friends. And it was over. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to get off stage or not, so even more awkward because I had gotten some emails saying that the hosts would improv with me, but even more awkwardly, I kept looking back and forth and they finally gave me the thumbs up to go back to the green room. I guess there wasn't much time to fill because soon after, the awards began. After the show ended, we took a detour outside to get a moment of fresh air, which felt lovely, but I also needed to get my joystick back. My battery was finally charged and I was free to be an independent person again.
I thought the audio sounded great. I could hear the dialogue even when people were clapping.
Okay, good. I got really worried about that because I kind of put them pretty close together.
Time to start.
Yeah, it did take a really long time to start. That was really... I don't know if anyone noticed, but I kind of looked up and I was like, what the freak? At the sound booth.
That's because I was also like,
I smirked and looked up and I'm like, oh, guys.
We gotta get pictures.
Yeah.
It's just a completely normal show.
Oh, it's a mimic.
Okay, I was scared because someone was
There might be treasure inside. There's a 0.1%
I was
chance.
scared because someone was walking around in that earlier and I was worried someone was gonna jump out.
Oh!
Because it's a mimic and that's what they do. Okay.
That is what they do.
I'm scared.
Smells weird out here.
It smells like cool. I don't know what it means.
It kind of smells like rubber to me. Oh, it does smell like flowers. You're right. That's what I was smelling. Maybe my nose is... Oh, no, I smell the pool. Okay.
There's a lot of pool.
There is a lot of pool here. Oh my god. I almost fell backwards. It's fine. Okay. Holy busy. Right. Do you want to go upstairs? That's what I was talking about. The string lights are so pretty. Okay, let's turn around this way then.
After getting some photos and freshening up, we had to regroup and finally eat a proper meal.
Candy. Period.
I wanted to get more pictures in the arcade, but when we got down there, photographers kept trying to get pictures of Orion, and they wound up all the way across the arcade with me before it shut down.
Can you see them over there? They took Orion to the mines.
It was the type of night where I was a kind of tired that I've only ever found myself at the last night of a con. And you can really tell in these clips, maybe by the frog blinking or the fact that I was practically nodding off as I spoke.
I keep trying to bring back the thing where it's like,
Yeah.
I'm here, and my mental illness is moderate to severe. But then I realized that's so millennial of me, and I need to calm my down, you know. Yeah. I'm tired. Ooh. I really wish I was sleeping right now. Especially because I have to drive tomorrow.
Somehow, this wig was the most uncomfortable of the entire weekend. I forgot my wig grip that morning, so perhaps it had something to do with that, but I needed it gone. So I ripped it off my head and reached my second wind by the time that we needed to leave.
Look, we're hyped.
I knew that the next night I would have to drive for a long time. It was time to escape and to crash. And that was Saturday, and good morning!
Time to rise and shine!
Time to shove the last week of your life into a tiny suitcase, which is somehow smaller than when you brought it. It always amazes me how that seems to happen every time. I don't know, maybe I could have bought something just a little bit. I was so exhausted that I made the choice not to wear the cosplay that I slaved over for 14 hours the week prior. I decided there are always more opportunities.
Leetheleef, how has your con experience been? The fans are dying to know.
It's been absurd, but good.
How does that make you feel?
Exhausted. Holy sh**.
How do you feel about insert controversial topic? But I have no idea what to ask. Wait, wait, I got one. Pineapple on pizza.
I don't f*** with it. I don't personally f*** with it. I think it's kind of nasty.
The only plan for the day was the Chainsaw Man meetup, and somewhere in my fried brain, I bought everything that I liked in the Artist's Alley during our last look that morning. It is dangerous for me to join a popular fandom. The Artist's Alley at Colossal is always a nicely sized room with many feet of space between the tables, but it is so busy that I still find it really hard to get around. Somehow, it's not as difficult as He Who Shall Not Be Named, but at Colossal, at least yelling at people gets them to move, and there is space to move out of said way, better than some cons can say for themselves. And while we're at it, the staff at this convention will drop everything just to help. Especially their cosplay department. They may have some very slow communication over email, but they listen to everything that people say with the goal of only getting better. On our way out the door from the Artist's Alley, Orion asked to take a picture of me holding out all my keychains on my arm, and I put my coffee down on the floor next to me.
Okay. Did I set it down for a second? And it's in the trash now? Yup. It's in the trash. That was a $10 coffee. I left it on the floor on accident, and now it's in the trash. I'm not in the mood for this shit today. It's fine. My dumb freaking
I feel so dumb right now. How did I even do that? Left it on the floor. The trash can was right next to the floor. Somebody threw it in the trash can. That was a $10 coffee because it's so expensive at the Kalahari. And I only got half of it. I am actually getting gotcha balls. Nice little. Okay. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Sleepy little Makima.
Oh.
Look at the baby. Oh, she's so cute. Ah. Wait, let her out. Let her out. I want her. I want her, please. Oh my god.
Free her.
Oh, she's so cute. What if I get the rest that are in here?
How much would that cost?
Don't worry about it. $48. We'll do 24.
Okay. Okay. Some guy just walked up and handed me his last 2 tokens. What a sweetie.
We're frog gambling.
We're frog gambling.
Frog
I
gambling.
really want the green one, or the blue one, or the pink one. I'll be kind of sad if I get the yellow or the orange because I don't like those colors that much. But it's okay.
Like yellow. You don't like the lemonade color?
Lemonade is great. I love lemonade. Okay, wait. Get the gosha pod.
You got this. You're gonna get the green one or pink one because you're Leetheleef.
Yeah.
It's happening.
I like the blue
I'm manifesting
one a
it
lot.
right now.
Because blue ones are actually a real type of frog. Those are milk frogs. I love milk frogs.
Welcome back to the Discovery Channel with your host Leetheleef.
Your host Leetheleef, who knows everything ever about frogs, and you should ask about frogs in their comment section because they want to talk about it.
Comment about frogs.
If you come up to me, give me a frog fact that you love.
You can't see it right now, but I'm nodding. Okay, frog time.
Yes. Yes. It's the green one!
It's the green one!
It's the green one!
It's the green one!
Gosh, wait.
It's the green one. It's the green one.
I'm such a winner when it comes to these frog gashas every time.
Winners love winning. Oh, all right.
After a vendor hall sweep, we headed outside for the last event. It was beautiful out, and we got some very cute pictures in the sun. Mia and Orion were Makima and Reze for the Chainsaw Man shoot, while I mingled with a few other fans of the manga and some friends. This is Colossal Day 5, and we're not feeling it at all.
Give us a heart. Give us a little heart.
Night 6 2020 mode. This is Night 6 2020 mode, y'all. And we followed the now empty hallways back outside through the door, and it was over. I am currently 5,200 words into this script, and I have to say this was the most up and down I have ever felt at a convention before. It was 5 days of straight high highs and low lows. But for that, this convention is a treasured memory. Something that I wish didn't have to end so swiftly, but I think if I went another day, I'd be found keeled over on the side of John Kalahari Road. 5 is enough. I have a hard enough time recovering from a 2-day con. But we ate a delicious meal at a local restaurant, took incredibly overexposed Polaroid photos, and got on the road. We had a bit of a run-in on the way home, and it detoured us about an hour. So we got home late, but safely. Colossalcon is one of those cons that has a sort of magic in the air. You can't go anywhere without somebody saying that you're gorgeous or somebody handing you a random trinket in the hallway. Maybe a ribbon, maybe a Baja Blast. The community that this convention fosters is like literally nothing that I've ever experienced before at any other convention in the state or out of the state. It's the type of con where you can talk to anyone, and though everyone is shoved in there like a sardine and maybe dying a little bit of air hunger, at least you're all in it together. Colossalcon is always pushing itself to be better and better. Every single time that I have a problem and I speak out about it, they make that change. The people are receptive, and despite the space maybe not being the greatest place for a convention with so many people, they make it work. I'd also have to say that Colossalcon is somehow one of the most accessible conventions I've been to. I always come out of this con with brand new friends and brand new memories, and even though I had to recover for like a week before I could even start writing this script, it's always so worth it. And with that, I cannot wait to go on another adventure, which, speaking of, you are not going to want to miss. So if you like the video, make sure to give it a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, I know you haven't done it yet, and comment down below a convention horror story that you've had in the past. Big shout out to all my patrons. Thank you so much for actually joining. I have people now. And if you would like a shout out in my next video, my Patreon is down below. Pay as you can. There is free and there is paid content. And if you get on in there, there is also access to my Discord server. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Despite the fact that I am a semi-professional cosplayer, all that I do this for is for the love of the game. And I'm glad that so many of you have decided to stick with me while I do it. I really love every person. I felt so much love at this convention. Like, so many people have come up and said that they love my videos, that they feel like their life changed positively just by watching. I appreciate it. It's something I've always wanted to do. Thank you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being here. I love it. I love cosplay. I love being characters. I love playing video games, such as Honkai Star Rail, and then getting to be the characters in the games.